What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Bruce Springsteen. Once again, major thank you to Michaela, who has provided a wealth of his music, including a vinyl record, not for this album we're just getting to now, but we will see that in the coming weeks and months. And yes, ultimately we're up to his second album, also 1973, The Wild, the Innocent, and the E Street Shuffle. So I am very intrigued by that, and I am aware of the significance of the phrase the E Street Band to some extent. And in fact, the first track on the album is called the E Street, or not the, just E Street Shuffle. So yes, I am curious, of course, whether the shuffle is, I don't know, a type of dance or a motion, a kinetic quality or characteristic of E Street. And yes, it is, of course, curious to me whether we'll hear some of the same rhyming and almost like stream of consciousness lyrical style that I was so mesmerized by with the first album, and continues to impress me that right out of the gate he was writing these phrases and painting these scenes that were very expressive and vivid, and yet almost, hard to comprehend on a first listen, where there's just so much happening and so many moving parts and people. So I do wonder if we'll get some more of that. Either way, let's give it a listen. This is the first song on Bruce Springsteen's second album, which again is called The Wild, the Innocent, and the E Street Shuffle, 1973, and the first song is indeed E Street Shuffle.
Down fire trails on silver nights with blonde girls play sweet 16. Newsboys say the heat's been bad since bar 13 gave a trooper all they had in a summer scuffle. And Barbara's girl, little angel, been on the corner keeping those crazy boys out of trouble. Little angel steps a shuffle like she ain't got no brains. She's deaf in combat down on Lover's Lane. She drives all them local boys insane. Yeah, she does. Little angel say, oh, oh. Everybody for my life. Oh, 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 oh. Everybody for my life. Spotlight on these streets where the boy brothers walking around somewhere high. While them little girls souls go weak when a man-child gives them a double shot. All the angel hangs out at Easy Joe's. It's a club where all the riot squad goes when they're cashing in for a cheap hustle. But the boys are still on the corner loose. They're doing that lazy East Street shuffle. And as them sweet summer nights turn into summer dreams, little angel picks up power and he slips on his jeans, and they move on out there to the scene. All the kids are dead.
like actively accelerating as it fades out there. Holy smokes. Michaela did mention to buckle my seatbelt, and now I see why. So, okay, number one, yes, more of this flowing, expressive stream of consciousness, scene painting style of lyrics slash vocals, including, you know, clever phrases and, you know, very vivid expressions like skin tight pants and more like snakeskin suit and the boys and the girls. And I do think the shuffle is fundamentally like a dance, but I think there's more implied, like, you know, there's making reference to like the scene and the boys are still on the corner doing the E Street shuffle, and I think it is maybe about like nightlife among young people and, you know, being attracted, like Lover's Lane is referenced. I think it might again be about like, you know, young people, you know, trying to find a date or hooking up and, you know, like being part of this scene, and, you know, there's style involved and music involved, and you got to have the right moves, I think, on more than one level. But okay, so sonically, again, it's very dynamic. This one definitely had a funk feel to it, certainly in the first 2/3 of it. And then at the end, it really did sort of shift gears and, like, you know, go into a higher gear. And then at the end, it was like actively, you know, pushing the pedal down and accelerating. So I enjoy the dynamic and very vibrant sonic atmosphere too. And yeah, we've got some brass in there. We've got little guitar flourishes and, you know, the drums cycling along with the tempo and rhythm of the track as that evolved. And Bruce's vocals, fantastic. Again, a couple points where, you know, whether I'm pointing like this or pointing like this, it's like the burn and the fire of his vocals definitely flares up at certain points. And just his verbal dexterity. I mean, again, it's a one thing to, I know people mention, you know, there was like a rhyming dictionary that he was using with the first album. It's one thing to find phrases that work and that rhyme in that way. It's one thing to use very, like, vivid, multi-syllabic lines that, you know, do paint a scene very convincingly. It's another thing to be able to go through that vocally, like verbally, with the, you know, mouth dexterity that is required, but he definitely can do that with some vocal flair along the way. So yeah, a really cool opener. It does feel like it's following directly from the first album in terms of atmosphere and sonics and lyrics and vocals, but I imagine this might, you know, continue to carve out his own niche in the way that the first album did, but beyond that. So very much looking forward to it. Thank you again to Michaela. Let me know what you think of this opener, and I will see you next time. Peace.